Hey, how's it, Hillside? Trust you're all doing well. So, I've been asked to share a little encouragement with you, and the basis of my little encouragement is from a WhatsApp that I received about a week ago, and it was entitled "Digging Ditches," and I've just added to this a little bit. So, the story comes from the Old Testament, where the Israelites were um, pursuing the Moabites. And they decided to do so by way of the wilderness. So they headed off into the wilderness, and they soon ran out of water, and the animals were starving, and the people were starving, and they were complaining, and they were saying, "How can we fight? We're going to die in the wilderness before we've even had a chance to fight." Um, and I pick up the story from 2 Kings 3, verse 15 to 27. And this is now once they've gone to Elisha, and he says, "But now bring me a minstrel." And it came about, when the minstrel played, that the hand of the Lord came upon him. Isn't that amazing? He involved the musos, and as this muso played, so he started to hear the voice of the Lord. He says, "Thus says the Lord, make this valley full of trenches. For thus says the Lord, you shall not see wind, nor shall you see rain, yet that valley shall be filled with water, so that you shall drink, both you and your cattle and your beasts. This is but a slight thing in the sight of the Lord. He will also give the Moabites into your hand. Then you shall strike every fortified city, every choice city, and fell every good tree, and stop all springs of water, and mar every piece of land with stones." It happened in the morning, about the time of offering the sacrifice, that behold, water came by the way of Edom, and the country was filled with water. Now all the Moabites heard that the kings had come up to fight against them, and all who were able to put on armor and older were summoned and stood on the border. They rose early in the morning, and the sun shone on the water, and the Moabites saw the water opposite them as red as blood. Then they said, "This is blood. The kings have surely fought together, and they've slain one another. Now therefore, Moab, to the spoil." But when they came up to the camp of Israel, the Israelites arose and struck the Moabites, so that they fled before them, and they went forward into the land, slaughtering the Moabites. Now, these Israelites were feeling discouraged, they were feeling down. And what I want to say to you is that every time you're discouraged and don't know how a promise from God is going to happen, you need to dig a ditch. When that medical report isn't good, say, "Father, thank you that you're restoring health to me. It's just a matter of time before the breakthrough shows up." If you do your part and keep digging the ditch, God is saying, "I'll do my part, and I'll bring the water. And I'll show you favor, and I'll open doors." So, folks, the word says too, it says that if we knock, the door will be open. And if we ask, we'll receive. But you see, we have to position ourselves in such a way that God can respond. If we do nothing, we'll get nothing. We can't just stand outside the door and just expect it to be open just by chance. We've got to be active. We've actually got to do something. And so if you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling down, you need to get on your knees, actively get on your knees and pray, or just come before the Lord, and then God will respond. Many of us are feeling anxious at this time. We're anxious about what's going on in the world. We're anxious about our job situations. Will we have work? We need to dig a ditch. This past week, I was just really challenged by this. We were able to go back to work, but we don't have a lot of work to go back to be honest. And I could have just stayed at home, and I just felt the Lord say, dig a ditch, go to the office, open the doors, and just be there. And so we're just trusting. And folk, that is really my encouragement to you this morning or today, whenever you're listening to this. It's just to say, position yourself so God can respond to you. And so, Hillside, have a wonderful rest of the week. Be blessed, and let's not be anxious, and let's just be expectant. And our Father will come; He will respond to us. Thanks, guys. Cheers.